Hey, it's your boy Lord Midori here, back at it again with another video. Today, I wanted to do something a little interesting. My good friend from the, Total Reality Craft video, he gave me this idea. It's a little, like, I'm gonna be teaching you how to use command blocks. And, I'm not gonna be, like, simple tutorials, like, how to do a specific thing. Even though this video is going to be a pretty specific one, I'm going to mainly talk about how command blocks really work, I guess. And if anyone there knows anything about coding, you know what coding is. Basically, for you who do not know, um, coding is a computer language that basically translates what we understand to what computers understand. So, in this video, or no, not command blocks, you know how the simple command like effect give at p speed 10 seconds, level 1, and then no particles. The structure of this command, this is the base command, effect. There are two options here. You can do give or clear. This time we want to get the command, so yeah. And then we have the selector, and then we have the actual effect that we need, time, level, or amplifier it's called, and then whether we want particles or not. Here we go. Speed 0 for 10 seconds. There you go. And this is basically with every command. It is even with the more advanced commands like execute, as, at A, at S, if, block, and then we're going to actually mainly be talking about that exact structure. Execute, as, at A, at S, run, or no, not run. If, block, coordinates, block, I'm just going to do grass, run, and the command. That's going to be the base command in this video. So, I need to show you a very simple two things that I did. Here's one thing. What it does is 3 different blocks give certain effects when they're in certain radiuses and like positions of the player. So it's block of diamond, block of gold, and soul sand. As you can see, diamond gives us speed when we step on it because of the first command. Gold, jump boost, second command. And with the third command, as you can see in the little thing right here, it says the coordinates are, rather than being 1 below, it's 3 above. That means 3 above, like, the bottom block of our player. So, oh, there we go. So, why is it 3 above? It should be 2 above. I'm not very smart. Alright. Anyways, as you can see, if I stand under this, I will get levitation. And I will be under it, like, hanging on it, like this. It's pretty interesting. And, the block of diamond, as you can see, I'm just placing these randomly, just spazzing my mouse out. And all of these are going to give me speed. So this happens with any block that you place. And you can have, like, multiple selectors, so if you want it when a, cobblestone is here and a, stone is here, I will do execute as at S, if block below me is cobblestone, then I do if or whatever one of these, if block to above for the Y position, stone, you run, and this is after run you put the command. Effect give at S because okay, blindness I guess, and there we go. I just got blindness, but if I was anywhere else, I would not have blindness. Or if I come here, I will have blindness. So effect clear at P. And you can put that in a command block for the same results constantly, and yeah, it's very simple. Let me show you the quick little structure of it in this little block. As you can see, there's the base command of execute. As is selecting who is the one executing it, and then we do every player at, as in the position, at every player if. So this means it will only happen if this happens. And then there are other things like if I do execute as at A at S if blah blah blah, it could be entity and then at S blah blah blah. It doesn't have to be a block. So, and you can also do at E to select all entities because it's just a selector. It's very flexible, but only for specific occasions. Like if it has to be an entity and it can't be just players, or it can only be one player at a time, blah blah blah. If it's going to be a random player, that's why we have selectors in the first place and the different selectors. Anyways, let's look at the command again. At S if block. So these are basically two together. So if the block is in this position, if block position, and then this specific block that is in this position, so these two go hand in hand, run the command. It's basically like speaking English. So, yeah. Except, I mean, English is pretty difficult. Anyways, you don't have to have just these little short things. If we want to get a little more intricate, we can use something a little like this buddy right here. What this does is, any block that is right here of me while I am sprinting and I can jump, it'll give me jump boost. So, it's like a parkour type thing, if you're into that. And, so the reason it can do this, let me look at the command. So execute as, we all know that. And then, look at this. This is a specific selector that, as you can see, like, let's just do effect as an example. Give at A, and then we can do this and see a bunch of different things that we can do. So we can select very specific things. The thing in this case is a scoreboard objective, which we will talk about later. And the scoreboard objective is just name it something. It's very simple. And then that's a little score detector, if you need to know that. At S, of course, because at selected entity. Unless it's the opposite of if. It's like if not. So if the block is not in this relative position, because the little squiggly lines is relative position, air. So if there is a block in this relative position of the executed entity, then it will run the effect, give, blah blah blah, and yeah. So that's exactly what it's doing. And this is done 4 times over in different relative positions. And then we have this last block, which I'll get into that when I start talking about scoreboards. Anyways, actually, I'll talk about scoreboards now. So, what a scoreboard objective is so as I can do scoreboard objectives add name here. You gotta name it something that it actually relates to it so you'll understand. It's basically just a little variable that can change. And if I want to do Minecraft, there's billions. I'm not even joking. But I'm going to do custom crouch 1 centimeter. You can also do sneak time for something a little different. I won't talk about the difference. You have to figure that out yourself. And now I can do scored objectives, set display, sidebar, name here. And now if I sneak, it will rise up in the scoreboard objectives. But it won't go down. But if I set the sidebar to spront, as you can see, it does in fact go up. But it sets itself back to 0 because of that block. The reason we want it to do that is so, well, we don't keep that scoreboard objective and we keep getting the effect of jump boost no matter where we are. If we're like right here, it will still give it that. But if now, because that little command block right there, it's only when I'm sprinting. Except it does that sometimes because it's annoying. But that doesn't really matter. So, anyways, yeah, so if we want it to, and you have to set it to the, like, ending of it all, because it, in a single tick, it runs this command, then this command, then this command, then this command, then this command, because it is in a chain setup, which has to be exactly like this. The direction is also required, so you can't just do, actually no, that would work, but if we did this and then that would not work, because this little circle part is facing air rather than a chain right here. And then this is still taking that, so this is still correct, but if I kept going on like this after that, that would not be correct. You understand? Yeah, anyways, I need to scoreboard objectives, remove name here. As you can see, we just have the little selector here, and so I'm gonna do effect, give at a. Let me do this specific scores thing. So as you can see, spront equals 1. Okay, the reason it does this, let me explain it. So, we have these scores, which is what we're trying to select, and then we have equals. We need this bracket for some reason. It's like, because it also has a list of things. So we can do, like, name here, except that was a deleted objective, and then it shows the score equal, or the little variable or score that we're trying to detect. Then it has equals 1, and then these 2 dots means more than 1. If we just had it as this, then it would probably be much less accurate. But for certain things, you want it to be just 1. Very specific things. But for like centimeter or time of a certain thing, yeah, you definitely want it to be more like that. And then you have the closing curly bracket, closing bracket, and then you can just do the command, blah, 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 false. No entity was found because I don't have the scoreboard objectives. And if I quickly remove this and then do that, yeah, it'll give me the effect because I have spront. And yeah. So, that's gonna be it for today's video of, I didn't give it a name. You'll see the name in the title, I guess. Alright, see you guys. Bye!